Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is Transport Fever 2 Strategy and Tactics, episode 15. So, in our last episode, we made some process improvements to our routes as a whole. Here, we have upgraded. We've added a second train to our steel production line. We've upgraded the train for our lumber line and added a second stop to it. And we're just generally waiting for these things to upgrade themselves. Now, speaking of upgraded, we are cranking out the machines at an appreciable rate. Not as quickly as I would like. Now, part of that has to do with just our raw generation, the fact that this is only level 2. Which means it does technically have the capability of cranking out 200 machines. I believe this is in a year, but at a rate of 200. And Mimicon can, at the moment they can digest, they can handle about 162. So once we get this brought up to its full production here, pretty soon this shipment figure is going to lag further and further behind the production. This little lag behind, this 2 points behind, I chalk that up to some of the just sort of the rounding errors that it does when you first get production online. Like, it doesn't immediately see the destination, so the first couple ones are not given to you. That I don't mind. That's fine. But what we want to avoid is having this continue to go up and up and up as we feed it raw materials, but this suddenly stop as they figure, oh, Mimicon's maxed out. They don't want any more. We don't need to deliver any more machines to them. No, we don't want that, because it takes a lot to make a machine, and I am not going to have it eaten by the industry. Not to mention, I want this thing cranking non-stop, so we still need to work on our steel production here, if we're going to be completely honest. So this is making its way back. This has a lot to chew through, too. Now, this is actually going to be this is very soon going to be leveling itself up. But look at this. It's fighting against last month's, lag behind on it. So it's going to take it a little bit of time, because basically as it's creating more stuff, the last month's shipment is going down, so the numbers aren't actually going up, even though the numbers here are indeed going up. So once we sort of overcome that hump, then we'll be in better business here, and we'll actually get this to a level to where it can actually start cranking stuff out at a faster rate. Because, getting the steel mill up to level 2 would be really nice. How's our sawmill looking? Sawmill's almost there. Sawmill's really almost there, and that's awesome for all involved. Yes, there it goes. So once all of the conditions are met, it starts inching up the level up bar. Now, this is going to slowly increase for as long as we have this on here. Now, it looks like we're sort of fighting against it's kind of doing the same thing, where we're fighting against that, the decay here. Luckily, I think it preserves the gains that it gets once it stays like that. We're still kind of just teetering here. But once it stays there, once the stars kind of align here a bit more. Previously, they were capped off by this thing not wanting to accept as much. And now this thing is starting to fall behind because of our steel. So what do we got here? 96 of 96. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But it still doesn't hold a candle to the amount of planks that we're delivering there. So we're going to need to do something about that. All said and done. Granted, this had some production problems before that the planks did not. So I don't think it's so much a problem of the production going right now as it is the... let's see. You know what? I think we need to upgrade this coal line right here. I know it's filling itself up, but let's fill it up even more. We're gonna give you the same kind of deal here. Although I don't know if we're gonna have the money to do that. Maybe I should be more careful with my upgrades there. I think I might need to actually back off the loan a little bit. We'll get you going sooner, but once you become a higher thing here. Yeah, you just delivered the stuff on here. And see, this is what I was kind of worried about, is we're getting the same passenger totals as before, but we have higher capacity here. Now, I could just clip a few of these cars, but I think for the moment we want to just sort of back down some of our so back down some of our loans so that we can make a bigger move in the nearer future. Actually, what I'll probably do is let me put a quick cut in here. I'm going to let time advance a little bit, see how these things shake themselves out. Aha! So, oh wait, no, I didn't click on it fast enough. Yeah, this is starting to lag behind just a touch. And yeah, these don't have to stop for each other. But this has a fresh supply of steel, so it can start doing its thing. And now this thing's actually going to have a little bit more lumber for this to chew on, so this should actually be a little bit better off for us. So that should push it further towards that, because now it's going to go on the backswing, pick up these 76, which isn't quite the 160 you can handle, but once this levels itself up, this will start spitting out its full allotment. And once again, the bottleneck seems to be with coal here, so maybe I do want to actually bite the bullet and upgrade this train. Just to get it both moving faster and also higher capacity. And the sooner we upgrade it, the sooner we'll... Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. So the PLM 220 is what we want to upgrade you to, and we want the higher grade gondola, just like its iron cousin here. And we just keep cranking this out until we hit the 240 meters. Not 245, just the 240, or 235 is fine. There we go. That will get you moving and grooving a bit faster here. Now granted, that's not going to let it fill up anymore with what it's got right now, but... And yeah, see, we're every time we're picking this up, it's got more and more goodies. So I don't think upgrading this train is quite yet what the doctor ordered, so to speak. But we're getting it. And it's certainly not for lack of deliveries here. It's just a matter of getting enough coal in place so that this thing can keep itself going. See, now we're in an upswing where it's not necessary. Well, I spoke too soon. But now that this is going to deliver coal at a little bit more appreciable rate, I think we'll be in better shape. Yeah, because this thing keeps catching itself up with the iron. Eventually the coal will probably overtake the iron, at which point I'll probably think about adding more of that. Now, how's Mimicon doing here? Yeah, we still need more deliveries there. I think it is high time. Let me see, that's the tram depot. We need a depot, but we smashed that one that was down here, but that was kind of far anyway. So let's get some more road vehicles going here. A road depot, s'il vous plaît. Yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, that's another bus, that thing that came out last episode. That was just a bus. And yes, I know, I still haven't renamed the lines. I get distracted and focused. That's an oxymoron, but it makes sense to me in my brain. Let's just pay back loans as we go along. And then that should be more than enough to keep Mimicon well fed. But that's not good enough. We eventually, like I mentioned before, this is eventually going to cap out on its demand. And we want the machines factory to continue growing. So we need to find a new market. And that new market is going to be Melanopolis. Right, so what we're going to do with Melanopolis here, we need to do a little bit more expanding here. And I think what we're going to do, I think we're going to commit the cardinal sin of, well, it's not so much a cardinal sin, but we're going to do a little bit more demolition here. We're actually going to smash up Melanopolis Central, this depot right here. We're probably going to scoot you a smidgemeter down, or reorientate you, one or the other. We'll figure it out. But here's what we're going to do. We are going to, yep. Don't worry, you'll go. We'll bring you back. But we have something else important to do. We're going to smash this thing here. That thing came with it. We are also going to get some tracks going on here. Can I not get tracks on this side? Is our station? Oh wait, that's because it's, yeah. Derp da derp. Aha! That's not good right there. That road. We're gonna have to do a little bit more demolition here. Don't worry, we'll reconnect things via road. I'm sure it's gonna be yelling at us, but room must be made. Right then. So we need a track here, right along here. And yes, this is going to be a long one as well. And then we're going to get a platform. We're going to get a cargo platform on this side. Like so. So now this is officially become a hybrid. Now, when I say hybrid station, I'm not going for the type of hybrid station that we saw over here in Nolchester and with the bread line. We're not doing that kind of hybrid. We are the passengers are staying the passengers, and the cargo are gonna stay the cargo. Just to keep my sanity here. Plus, for longer term plans here, such are what they are being dictated to be. Now then, so what we're gonna do. I'm going to smash those up. I'll figure out the depot in a little bit. But what we want to do, I suppose this can stay here. And actually, this could technically, we could do 2 lines. If we really wanted to, we could do 2 lines. But where would the other one go to? No, I don't know where. So we're just going to keep it as is. We're just gonna have a little sideline here. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna have this line run parallel to our passenger line. But we're not gonna let it do anything on that front. So let's hang on. Let's get this station all plugged back up to itself. We've got our bus tram station. We want it 30. We want it 30. And you know what? I'm gonna do electric, and we're gonna make this big. We're gonna make it real big. Something like this. Which actually means we're going to need a building up here. We're going to need passenger buildings. See, now that's the problem here. Is we have this over on the wrong side, and we kind of want this on the other side. So you know what? Let's fix this up. We're going to do even more demolition here to make this work. A large amount of demolition here. Come on, autosave. Chill. I know I'm doing something crazy. Just relax. I know what I'm doing. Alright, so we're going to sandwich the cargo in here. this needs to go. This needs to go. No, 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 no. We're not smashing up the entire station. It might look like we're smashing up the entire station, but we're not quite smashing up the entire station. There we go. Then we run a track on this side. Then we run a passenger platform on this side, an extra long one. And the people should be able to get underground here. So they should be able to duck under that. While still, you know, the cargo should be able to still do its thing. Now then, as far as what we're plugging into, yeah, that's, this still plugs into here because it uses this side. This still plugs into here, but it uses the other side. Actually, I think this one one notch too far in both directions. I think we just needed one to trim it back. That's a bit better. Yeah, we just wanted one more notch. We don't want them too long. That's a bit better. So this is going to be the new passenger line right here. This right here. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we should probably do 2 full lines. Now let's repair some routes before we lose passengers, because we do not want to. Oh yeah, let's get our station back online here. I think what we want to do. This may be expensive. That's actually affordable by standards of what we're working with right now. That's actually kind of affordable. So let's configure. Let's get a passenger building, like right here. Something like that. And then what we'll do is we'll get our bus tram station here. Now are you? Yeah, you're basically within correct distance here. I guess the other thing we could do is something like this, where we put you down here. Yeah, you are touching that. Actually, let me try something here. But these, remember our little friends, the stairway? That might actually be the key to this whole thing. Our little friend, the stairway. Oh, that is the key to the whole thing. That's the key to the kingdom right there, my friends. We don't even need that big thing. We do need, however, a medium electrified street tram thingy. Alright, so there's still redness. Yeah, they're let's make sure that you guys are upgraded to electric here. Yes, yes. Yeah, you guys should be fine. Those will go away. Stations. Bus stop and train station. Did you absorb Did you absorb this station type? You must have absorbed that station type. Yeah, because there's Melanopolis Central. Alright, hang on. Yeah, you absorbed the wrong thing. That's more like it. And now Melanopolis Presidential Local. Not you. And you. It's better. And actually, surprisingly, it's not yelling at me for this road because this goes to industry, so we don't need to repair the road. Phew. Okay. That was a bit of surgery there, but we're not done yet. Because what we need to do is we need to get stuff from our machine's factory all the way up to Melanopolis. And, you know, let me see what this thing is doing as far as this goes anyway. Melanopolis to Mimicon. Yeah, you see, you're not supposed to be using that anymore. You need to move over. That's more like it. You need to use this passenger line up over here. So that then takes this. Because we actually want to keep these two separate. We're actually going to draw a whole new line, a parallel line here. Because we're going to keep the cargo lines and the passenger lines separated. So, what we're probably going to be doing here, we could feed you through. We could feed you through this line up here. You know, just have a crossing here, turn you into a looping parallel. That actually might be a smart move here, is turning it into a looping parallel, because that way we can sort of reuse those lines. The alternative, and probably the more crowish route, is to go this way with Mimicon here. And do you have the open line? You do actually have the open line here, because, yeah, so we go up this way on Mimicon, and then you merge up on to this side. Which means these two need to crisscross, and I did my things backwards. Give me a moment, folks. Okay, we're back. So, I plugged the passenger line of JC Cities into this one and actually extended this platform over here to, this is now the this is the Mimicon platform now, and JC Cities platform now gets this excessively long platform here. And then the other half of this line is going to be our cargo stop. Phew, okay, sorry about that, folks. Now then, for the great roundabout here, we're going to draw a line from our factory all the way up around Mimicon proper. Because again, we don't want to go barreling through the city proper and making a whole butt ton of noise. That would be needlessly excessive here. But I think in the long run, this line is going to do us some really good stuff. And yes, I know this is a tight curve. I'm going to slow it down. That's okay. This thing isn't going to be going breakneck speeds anyway. Now, this is eventually going to go join up parallel with this line because it just makes sense to make it a parallel. But we need to skip past and traverse some land just by itself first. Whoa! No, please, no, no. Please don't. Please do not. Please do not. Now I'm going to just crisscross up here. This isn't gonna, because these are just singletons. I do not feel the compulsion to do a bridge here. I don't think it would be quite worth the speed loss here. I do feel the compulsion, however, to get the signals. Now, someone was saying we only need one of each going in, so I'm going to give that one a try, just to make sure to see if their advice was correct, because that'll save me money and upkeep on those signals. All right, yeah, we're going to dodge this thing. I would have merged earlier, but we want to dodge this. We don't want the two to merge, but we want them to become parallels. Alright, now the game's parallel track logic takes over, and things become a lot cheaper because the ground is generally already manipulated well, so I can draw these longer swaths of track here without too much worry about expense. Not that, I mean, we're running out of cash here, but we can borrow. And we should have enough for a train at the end of all this, so we can actually do something with this newfound track that we've been building out here. There's all this machinations. Yeah, we'll go through here. We'll go through here. I mean, if this was a heavily traversed road, I'd be worried, but it's not, so I'm not. And soon you will have a track buddy, a moving buddy, if you will, Zafira Zephyr. The train shall go unnamed at the moment. I do not have any unused name-in-game patrons, but if you are interested in getting your name in-game, if you want to get your name on one of these fantastic steamliners, then take a look at the description for details on how to do that. Okay, we've got you hooked up. Let's get the line situated properly. So we're going to go cargo to cargo. There we go. Now that's a line. That's what I'm talking about. Now then, we can. We can borrow off of that one. So if we merge you up into here, that, yeah, that works. You're going down to that little cross line now, aren't you? Which means, actually, we don't even have to wait for you because that's a double line. Okay. So what we're going to do here, we're going to start off humble, and then we will upgrade. I am knowingly underselling this for the moment, but we will grow as the demand grows. So what we're going to do is we're going to go. Wow, the Pruss is now the lowest tier here, but we're going to start out with the Pruss. I know it's a long distance, but we're going to start. Well. We might want to go straight for the PLM. Oh, what the hey, we'll go for the PLM. And we are going to go for the higher tech box cars here. But, I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm not going to max out the line. We're just going to go like that for now. And you are going to go to line 9. Line 9 is our, no, that's not line 9. We don't want you to go into line 9. We have a line 6 is what we want you to do. Line 9 vehicles. Line 6, please. Line 6 vehicles. There you are. Good. So what we want you to do is Mimicon East needs a full load. Because it's going to take it a little bit of time to get the memo. But we don't want you parked there so long that you block out the steel. Ooh, good payday. And we're already starting to get machines here. Oh, and that reminds me, so in order to get more people actually wanting machines here, this is the whole reason why I built this to be a threefer, is that we don't want you as a passenger right here. We want you to be a cargo. That's why we did that. And now for the cargo drop-off, we actually get a decent amount going to the machines just naturally, but it would behoove us to drop some off up here. Luckily, we're not really facing off against much when it comes to when it comes to, like, we're not going into residential land here. That's better. That's better. We will unfortunately have to build a road depot for a single vehicle, because that's all we really need to service this whole thing, is a single vehicle going back and forth. But all of that just to make sure that all of the destinations here are seen. That's more like it. Put you on there. And that should be good. And that should be good enough to get that's not really. What are we doing over there? Alright, so like I said, it's gonna take it a little while to get the memo, but that will prevent us from having our shipment stripped away. That's enough autosave. Thank you. And yeah, this is just going to sit there. I'm going to send it on its way once our steel train comes knocking. Waiting for free. Oh. Right. Signals. That's more like it. There we go. Sorry about that, bud. Off you go. How is this doing? Ooh, I caught ya. We had just upgraded, and that is freaking fantastic. And just as, oh man, all right. So more trucks. But as suspected, well, actually, they're doing pretty well with each other, actually. No complaints. And yeah, you're almost now fully to a full load. Yeah, alright, so you hit the time limit. That's okay. We're just waiting for more steel, but more steel is on the way, especially now that this thing has upgraded itself. And actually, we have a way more steel than what this thing can handle. So, I think before we end the episode here, let us. Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna let the money do its thing, and then we'll upgrade this train to its proper. Full door cousin here. Oh, this is becoming quite the hub of industry here. There you go. Start the blast furnaces. We got work to do. We got machines to make. And yes, now it's starting to deposit some. I can tell you right now, this little run to Mimicon is going to be a bit of a money pit. Ooh, Mimicon R2 local. Looks like somebody needs another tram. Get you up there. Get out there, man. Do your thing. Alright, folks. So, if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, that's more like it. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment. Good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So, until next time, this has been Ben Star signing out. See ya! Always meeting at the same time. Yeah, now the iron's starting to lose, so we're going to start needing to add more cars there. It never ends, but in a good way. Not too bad. Could still stand for an upgrade. Not too shabby. It'll be even more once we upgrade you.